Well, welcome to the Top Gun Show. I'm thrilled to have Janet Schijns back on the show. Janet is the CEO and co-founder of JSG, a go-to-market acceleration firm dedicated to achieving results in the ever-evolving partner ecosystem with a simple mission statement: save the channel! With a proven track record in driving successful partner growth, Janet excels in pinpointing optimal strategic maneuvers that drive significant results for the technology ecosystem. I have to confess, I follow Janet and her huge team at JS Group on LinkedIn more closely than a stalker. Janet, welcome back to the Top Gun Show.
I love that, and thank you for having me back. Always a delight to get to chat with you.
I get giddy when I talk to you. I don't know why that is, but it's just fun. Well, hey, there's so many topics I want to talk to you about. You've recently posted and talked about change fatigue and leadership rules and shattering ageism with diversity, which is my personal favorite. But let me start with this. Since you're dedicated to saving the channel, what would you say is the condition of the indirect sales channel from your expert perspective?
Growing and getting stronger. The days where the vendor's brand was first and the partner was kind of following are gone. The partner's brands are first. The partners own the customer. The partners own the services. We're in a services economy. It's fair weather news for our friends in the channel right now. However, many vendors have not embraced that and continue to change the rules in their program to detriment their channel. And so they better beware, because the vendors need to understand, if you change your program and hurt your channel, they will vote with their quotes, and the quotes will not go to you.
Yeah, and the channel has a very, very long memory when that stuff happens. Yeah,
they sure do.
Yeah.
Beware.
For sure. Well, let's look at the lifeline of the indirect sales channel. Let's look at it like a stock being traded on the NASDAQ. What has been our high? What has been our low? And what's the price today? Would you buy it right now?
Okay, so our low was probably during the pure VAR reseller days and pure agent days, right? When it was transactional, probably a $10 stock. I don't think it ever got to penny stock value, right? Because we do 70% of the commerce, right? You can't be a penny stock. Probably $10. The high, I don't think we've hit the high yet. I think right now we're at about $500, and the high is probably going to be over 1,000 as AI combines with quantum, combines with the partner ecosystem, combines with services. When you get these fully managed, fully automated, fully thoughtful, intelligent technologies that are running companies, running divisions of companies, that'll be the channel's high. Again, way over 1,000. Can we challenge Apple? We'll have to see. But if you did the math, the channel does more business than any of those big cap companies, right? So I'm gonna call it that, and I would buy now because it's only going to get more expensive. Good time to invest.
Yeah, that's great, and I'm glad you said that, because I agree with you 100%. I think as technology gets more complex, there's more of a need for the channel, because the decision makers at these enterprise businesses are taxed with doing more with less, and so.
Correct.
It just, there's more of a need for the sales partner community, I think.
So, and with the average enterprise using over 120 apps, and they're saying it's going to move to 500 apps, how do you manage that without some outside help? You're not going to. You're not going to have one-on-one vendor relationships with 500 software providers.
Right.
So you're going to have a mega relationship with one of the big MSPs, SIs, or advice.
Yeah. Amen. I love it. So this is another one that I'm a little passionate about, and I know you are too. Some of your recent content has been around the fact that there's a trend in hiring channel leaders that don't have any experience in the channel. What's up with that?
I don't know what's up with that. I think that somehow corporate America, and they do this, right? Corporate America is all about shareholder value, right? So they'll take a previous sales leader. We're seeing this in the telco space. They'll take a previous sales leader who didn't know anything about the channel, and they'll say, well, this guy made his quota when he was the direct sales leader, so we'll put him in the channel, and doesn't know how to make relationships, starts wasting the partner's time, starts making changes to the program because they don't understand how the channel works. They think the channel is not for profit. Newsflash, the channel actually needs to make money. And so they put these folks in because they were proven performers at some element somewhere else in the company. And so they believe that they can be that now. And here's the thing, maybe they can, but then you have to invest an awful lot in training them, coaching them. We've had firms bring JSG in to work with someone and make sure that they got it. They didn't make mistakes, right? But then you see companies like GTT who are bucking that trend completely and bringing in 2-channel really seasoned people at the top, right? Sarah and Chris. And you say they're going to kill the competition who's bringing in these folks that don't know the channel, because they basically have a massive head start. So to me, I think, look, if you're a vendor listening, a carrier, whatever you want to call, supplier, whatever you want to call yourself, sure, you can bring people in that don't have channel experience, but you better match them up with someone who does. And you better be awfully careful about what they do in their first year or two in your channel so they don't destroy it long term. And, again, there's so many good channel people out there available. I'm not sure why you would do it, but if you choose to do it, make sure they get the right training. Shameless plug. I do a coaching program for channel chiefs. Teresa Carrigal has an amazing channel training program, right? There's lots of good training content out there for the channel. iPad has a course. Get your people some training.
I wish that every provider, carrier, supplier, whatever, direct, indirect, or both, would call you after this episode and hire you to get better results. Yeah. I mean, they should. If they're not doing well, they need to call you. If they're doing well, they can be doing great. So, again, shameless plug for you. But for those viewers who are a little lazy and they don't pick up the phone and call you, what advice do you have for them to get better results today?
Focus on the simplest thing you can do for the biggest impact first. Don't get distracted by all the things you could do and all the cool big things you could do that would take you 24 years in your current IT systems. Focus on what can you do, biggest impact for the smallest change. And I'll give you a live example. When I was at Verizon, we couldn't get commissions correct for our agents. And what I said was, this is a big thing. This is a big rock, right? And it's going to take us years in the system. So how about if we just trust that what the TSDs submit is correct, and we audit them once a year, and if it's wrong, we'll call back or pay. But they know what they're supposed to get. Why are we trying to figure it out? Small, simple thing to do, one rule change, huge impact. So find your small things that have a big impact, start there, prove your worth, and then you can, continue to climb up.
Great stuff. Well, I'm going to close with a semi-personal question. I noticed a couple weeks ago that Beyonce just won another Grammy, this time for Country Album of the Year. Odd. Odd. But in my opinion, you're the industry's Beyonce. And I have to ask you, what drives you? How do you keep feeding yourself? And where do you find your inspiration?
So I truly find my inspiration from relationships like you and I have with folks all throughout the industry. I can't imagine not being Janet, right, in this industry. I don't know what else I would do. But those relationships come from within. And the thing that really has always inspired me to have those relationships to do better is I donate all of the money that I make in profit from JSG and from my board service to my not-for-profit WOMWAN, which works with women to help women gain financial independence. Women that have financial independence are 9 times less likely to be abused. And, abuse is a major issue. I'm a survivor of abuse. I know what it feels like. I'm blessed now to have a wonderful husband and a wonderful family and a wonderful life. And I got out. If it could happen to me, it could happen to anybody. And so I truly take the money that I'm earning, because people have said, why are you still working? And I'm like, because I still need to earn money to help these women. And the most, important thing to me is being able to do that, being able to fund those efforts, being able to fund those activities. And that's what gets me up in the morning and keeps me up at night. And then all of my great relationships with folks like you are what keep me going, because you've all been so supportive through the years.
That's great. Well, thank you so much for being transparent. That's great. And I think you have gotten to the level that, Beyonce is one word. Beyonce, Elvis, Tiger Woods, and then the Janet. That's all we need to call you is the Janet. Well, hey, Janet, I know you're busy. You're leading a great big team there at the JS Group. Thank you for all you do to make the channel a better place and to save the channel. And thanks for carving out time out of your busy schedule to be on the Top Gun Show.
Thanks for having me. Love your show.
Thank you. Thanks for watching, everybody.